Good evening, Marquette. I'm currently outside in a thunderstorm trying to get a good look at one of these large storms that we have accumulated over the past few days. And quite frankly, I'm a bit worried because I wore my all-metal underpants today. There's a lot of wind, there's a lot of precipitation, and a lot of rain falling. This appears to be no ordinary storm. It almost seems like the storm is an attack from the former Soviet Union on the United States. Tonight we find out, is the United States prepared to enter World War III? Tonight, will the entire Marquette campus flood? And tonight is the last episode of MU180 of the entire year. So we have quite an ordinary show planned for you, so stick around, we'll be right back! Welcome to the final episode of MU180 this year. It has certainly been a roller coaster year with plenty of highs, like when everybody quit the show and MU180 was temporarily renamed the Zak Myers show. But the year has also had plenty of lows, like whenever our old sportscaster David tried to make a joke. Well, this week is Easter break and we will have no school on Thursday, Friday, and Monday. In addition, no one plans to show up to class this Wednesday. When Marquette returns from Easter break, the entire faculty of all colleges at Marquette will slap students with the reality that there is only 2 weeks until finals, and they will try and cram as much material, projects, quizzes, tests, and homework in as possible. Unless you are in the College of Communication, then the professors will cram as many arts and crafts, popsicle stick building exercises, and reflective journaling assignments in as possible. This year, I had the pleasure of having to report on the weather for some time. I didn't report on just any kind of weather either. I reported on Milwaukee weather, which is really tough to do when you are reporting on winter Wisconsin weather. There's only so much you can say. Better wear 3 jackets tomorrow instead of 2. Why bother even going outside? Weather is going to hit a new high temperature tomorrow, -7 degrees. But now Milwaukee has finally got its act together, and in a few short weeks, reporting on Wisconsin weather will be unpleasant again as reporters talk about how it is going to be hotter than hell with humidity and mosquitoes likely. So if you are fortunate like me to be leaving the Midwest for the summer, congratulations and enjoy yourselves. And if you have to stay in the Midwest over the summer, I would just like to remind you that there are people who care about you in the world. And the weather will be over soon. Don't make any rash decisions, and remember that the Marquette Counseling Center is open over the summer. Well, if you haven't heard from all of your overweight friends in the past few weeks, Taco Bell has introduced a new breakfast line. I've gotten way too many Snapchats from friends who think that this food is delicious. Every time I see one of these pictures, I just have the need to go and take a dump. And because I had fun doing this last week, I thought I would let you know all about the things I would rather do than eat Taco Bell breakfast. I would rather lick the seats of a Milwaukee school bus than eat Taco Bell breakfast. I'd rather watch whatever programs the Golf Channel puts on at prime time than eat Taco Bell breakfast. I'd rather watch Last Call with Carson daily than eat Taco Bell breakfast. I'd rather invest in my life savings in JCPenney stock than eat Taco Bell breakfast. I'd rather set my teeth on fire than eat Taco Bell breakfast. I'd rather swallow a battery than eat Taco Bell breakfast. I would rather get LASIK eye surgery, not from a medical professional, but from a guy that says, I've never been to med school, but I have read the manual twice, than eat Taco Bell breakfast. I'd rather be a fan of the Milwaukee Bucks than eat Taco Bell breakfast. I'd rather watch every single Marquette basketball game lost from the last season than eat Taco Bell breakfast. Well, now we move on to the Marquette 3, where each week we count the top 3 answers to a question about Marquette. This week's question isn't necessarily about Marquette, but it is how you, as a Marquette student, should spend your summer with the top 3 things you should do this summer. But since it's the last week of MU180, we are going to start with the not top 3, where we count down the top 3 things you shouldn't do this summer. Number 3, watch NASCAR, unless you want your summer to be filled with the thrill of watching cars go in circles for hours. Number 2, go on a backpacking vacation in Kansas. Nothing to see here. And the number 1 thing you shouldn't do this summer is call up your Aunt Muriel and tell her that you don't care that she's your aunt and confess your undying love for her. Well, now we will move on to the actual Marquette 3 with the top 3 things you should do this summer. But once again, Since it's the last episode of MU180 this year, I'm going to kick it up a notch and give you the top 50 things you should do this summer. So, here we go. 50, learn how to fly a kite. 49, get a job at a Chinese restaurant. 48, sneak out of the house. 47, learn the history of ancient Greece. 46, TP your own house. 45, do all your online shopping at Walmart.com. 44, stop changing brands of orange juice. Pick a brand and stick with it. 43, play hide and seek with friends in a Hollister store. 42, play hide and seek with enemies in a Hollister store. Find them and destroy them. 41, find out the personal achievements of the Jehovah's Witnesses that visit your home. 40, send a strongly worded letter to your congressman or congresswoman. 39, eat s'mores every Thursday. 38, learn Morse code. 37, go to a baseball game and root for a team that's not playing. 36, learn how to play the trumpet. 35, learn how to rap. 34, learn how to rap and play the trumpet to the song Thrift Shop. 33, go to an actual thrift shop and play your song. The entire time yell, if anyone's heard this song before. 32, eat s'mores every Wednesday. 31, locate the Holy Grail. 30, commit corporate level fraud. 29, drink naked juice while naked. 28, spy on your friends using Google Earth. 27, eat s'mores every Tuesday. 26, read an entire book in a language you don't understand. 25, become a broadcaster for CBS Sports, halfway home. 24, take a tour of the factory where Papermate makes its pens. 23, eat s'mores every Friday. 22, eat s'mores every Saturday. 21, eat s'mores every Sunday. 20, never eat s'mores on Monday, fatty. 19, go cow tipping, but substitute the cow for a horse. 18, go around and talk in a really whiny voice for a whole day. 17, do all your grocery shopping at 7-Eleven. 16, play golf with a baseball bat instead of golf clubs. 15, refuse to catch up with the Kardashians. 14, learn how to counterfeit pesos. No one would ever know. 13, stalk your favorite celebrity. 12, replace all the zippers on your clothing with shiny new zippers. 11, go kayaking in your neighbor's pool. 10, run a half marathon and then tell your friends, I ran a marathon, and leave out the half part. 9, pretend you are a doorman and see if you can make any tips. 8, call your favorite radio station every single night at 2 a.m. and request the same song. 7, have a yard sale where you charge people tax. 6, don't shave the left side of your face. 5, every time you choose to fly, have a TSA agent give you the personal full body inspection. 4, turn iMessages off and send some classic text messages. And now the top 3 things you should do this summer, starting with number 3. Reenact the French Revolution with your friends in your backyard. Number 2, use a tricycle as your main source of transportation. And the number 1 thing you should do this summer is go into a store and when asked if you need any help, respond, no, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Well, that does it for me. When we come back, we will have Brian and Dan with sports and weather. Stick around. And to finish the thrilling saga of romance and intrigue, here's Dan, and possibly something to do with the weather.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my last MU180 segment ever. Like EVER. Like, seriously, this is a sadder day than when Dawson and Joey realized that they couldn't be together. But it's also a happy day because as of 2:30 p.m., Trish and Tommy are broken up. Yes, it's a fact. The two were seen untying the knot in the cafetorium after school. Rumors had been circulating for minutes about how Tommy said he didn't even like her anymore. And I was like, what? How can that happen? She's so totally perfect. I mean, seriously, her bangs are friggin' majestic. After school, Trish reportedly keyed pudding and Jell-O into the side of Tommy's 1993 Dodge Spirit, which we are now being told are the gross, cute nicknames that the two used in private. MU180 was able to get an exclusive interview with Trish, but all she said was all, F that camera right now. Seriously, can you not? She went on to say that Tommy doesn't even have to like her anymore because, totally, she's going to take Scott to prom because Scott listens to her when she talks about her hopes and dreams and stuff. When asked to comment, Tommy responded with, I'm stupid and I smell like the inside of a lacrosse bag. Like, ew. Tommy's bro, Trent, came to his defense and said, hey, he's a bro and he's a dude. He's got to get a chance to, get out and, bro out. What does this breakup mean for the political unrest in the party planning committee? Well, some theorize that Trish, along with Becky and Cassie, are totally going to keep running the PPC without Tommy, who will get to keep yearbook and student government after the breakup. The two of them seem like they were really done for good this time, said inside sources, aka that bitch Tina. Whoops, source confidentiality. Well, that's all the important stuff about the weather. Except that it's friggin' snowing. I just packed away my North Face and Ugg boots. Seriously? We get it, Wisconsin. Your weather is crazier than my third former roommate, and just like her, if you'd stop drinking so much, you'd be fine. Well, that's all I have for you, Marquette. Thanks for having me, and remember to stay cool and fight that tan line.
And for the very last time, here is Brian with our sports and Hank the dog update.
Thanks, Zach. So to continue our theme of last on this show, first, this is my last show as an undergrad at Marquette University. It'll also be the last time we'll ever see Buzz Williams and Terry Mitchell on the sidelines at a basketball game. Hopefully the last time we'll see Father Pliers as president, the last time I can drink during the week and not be considered an alcoholic, probably the last time it would be acceptable to be drunk in public without being judged, the last time I can walk around in a bunny outfit in public, and hopefully the last time I won't have to be a responsible human. Yep, this was a year full of a lot of last. But as one thing ends, there's always got to be positive, another beginning. It'll be the first time we'll get to start booing Buzz when we see him, because we're still considered a stepping stone school in his eyes. It'll be the first time we get to see Steve Wojciechowski coach. But one thought I've had was, instead of doing Buzz's barbecue cookout, well, how about Wojo's Polish pierogies? It'll be the beginning of joining adulthood for me and having to pay for real Marquette tickets and real beer. But the one thing we do have for students also, it's a new drinking game. It's called the Scott Polaris Dangerous Drinking Game. You drink so much, it helps you get forced out of Marquette. What, too soon? I don't really care. Get rid of me. It's my last day anyways. The last thing I do want to say, though, is Hank the Ballpark Pup is the cutest thing ever. Has been, he still is. It's no coincidence that the Brewers had the best record in baseball. He's a real-life Air Bud, and it's only the beginning of a long, successful career for the greatest pup ever. That's all it with sports. Take care, everyone.
When we come back, the social report, a returning member of our cast from last semester, an actual update from Marco, and my good friend Kathy. See you after the break. And we're back with the last block of MU180 ever. Maybe. Depends on if we can manage to survive until next fall. Probably not. But anyway, here's Sherin with the social report.
Good evening, everyone. Today I want to talk about the last project of Steve Jobs and the last mini chip flights. We all know about Steve Jobs, right? He's my idol. His speeches inspire me every time I feel lost. What do you think is his last project? iPhone 4S or iPhone 5? Since Jobs died of a disease shortly after iPhone 4S was officially released, I has regarded the iPhone 4S as the last work of Steve Jobs for a long time. However, last week, I found that it's not the iPhone 4S, but perhaps iPhone 5 or iPhone 6. According to CNET News, Steve Jobs' most lasting legacy will be the iPhone 5, and a project he was intimately involved with from concept to final design. In contrast, he spent less time in the 4S because his time was limited. But the report in Liberty Voice also indicated that 2 iPhone models after Steve Jobs' death, which are iPhone 5 and iPhone 6, are still his creation. Personally, I enjoy having iPhone 4S for its functions and also because I consider it was the last product that my idol designed. I don't like iPhone 5 actually, but now what I'm most looking forward to is the iPhone 6. I wish it will be the most beautiful smartphone that I have ever seen. As the summer holiday is approaching, a lot of students, especially international students, are making plans for traveling or returning home. For safety concerns, And in order to guarantee that I can buy the tickets, I like booking my flights 2 to 3 weeks before my trips. However, more and more people now would like to try booking the last-minute cheap flights because they think the air companies will lower the prices the last day, since they won't sell out those tickets forever if they are not sold out the last day. I would not like to have a try because it seems it will bring me a lot of risk. But I also want to know how people successfully book the last-minute cheap flights. Some websites offer last-minute cheap flights like Opseas. Go to the page of weekend flight deals or flight deals and cheap airline deals on the Opseas website, and you can find a lot of round-trip cheap flight tickets. You can check the price there first and then go to the air company's official website to book the flight so that you can save a lot of money and avoid some of the extra fee or service fee of the website. But actually, I prefer just plan my trip well and reserve all the things early rather than take a risk to book things in the last minutes, because sometimes the prices will be much higher rather than lower on the last day. For some people who must go somewhere, have to buy the tickets no matter how expensive they are. Just as booking flights, doing things early does you good instead of harm. Don't start your final paper until the last minute. Wow, time flies so fast. Tonight is my last show. After the semester, I will go back to China. Of course, before that, I will go to California for traveling and to visit my friends. I don't want to say goodbye, but I have to. Anyway, I will still keep in touch with my friends here. Facebook is an amazing creation. Thank you for giving me great experience and great memory. This semester is so meaningful and unforgettable. At last, good luck to your finals and welcome to China one day.
Thank you for that, Sherin. Well, look who we have here. It's Jake Quillen. Too camera shy still. So how has life been? I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while before you just quit on us.
Well, I did not quit. I signed up. I didn't have enough credits in my schedule, so I had to take an education class. I'm not an education major, and which required me to do service learning, where I went to St. Martini's, and where it's primarily
Martinis?
Yes, the Catholic
What do they
school,
serve there in the cafeteria? Delicious.
I see your jokes got really much better since I left. Anyway, so I go to St. Martini's, and I tutor kids who only speak Spanish, which is really difficult considering I do not speak Spanish. And they don't know my name, so they call me Little Brown Dots, which I later figured out was because I have freckles. So that's reassuring, I guess. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing, and that's why I can't do MUTV. So what else has changed with you, Zach?
Oh, nothing. So anyway, you always give freshmen tips.
Okay.
We got a new freshman coming in. What tips can you give to the new freshmen that are going to come on campus in the fall?
You know, I don't know, man. I would just say stick with the safety tips. You know, pepper spray, stay clear of streets at night. Don't go out on Kilbourne at all.
Where do you pepper spray again?
The eyes.
You're boring.
You pepper spray
anyway,
people's eyes.
There's a reason she's not on the show anymore. Anyway, we are now going to send it to Marco, another old cast member who's out on the field and is telling us what he has done since he left MU180.
So I spent a lot of time abroad, not studying or anything. It wasn't anything for the university. I did a lot of bad things, a lot of drugs, and a lot of loose women. But I think I've come out stronger for that, mostly because of all of the shots that I had to receive to stave off various diseases. But I've kind of turned my life around now. I'm obviously back at school, and I'm working on a documentary about CIA agents with glass eyes. It's called I Spy, and I have funding from Werner Herzog, and he's really excited about it. And I've also started doing yoga and long distance running, because that's what I'm all about. And I also heard that Zak Myers did his own show, basically, when I left MU180 for basically, I admit I had to leave because the police were after me. And when Zak did his own show, I watched an episode and I cried because I was the only one that saw it, and I'm the only one that'll ever see any of his shows because, honestly, who would watch it with just him?
Hi, everybody. So it's me again, Danielle. We're here with my Aunt Kathy.
They call me Chain Smoker Kathy.
Yay, my Aunt Kathy decided to come visit us from the Jersey Shore this week, so...
I'm not from the Jersey Shore,
okay.
and didn't know that.
Thanks, Aunt Kathy. This is weird. It's fine. Well, Aunt Kathy, I decided to bring you in because I think the kids who watch MU180 need to know why it's important that you shouldn't smoke cigarettes.
Why it's important you shouldn't smoke cigarettes.
Right. It's
Kids,
bad
let
for
me
you.
tell you a lesson. Smoking cigarettes was the best decision I have ever made in my entire life. I would be smoking one right now if it weren't for these stupid fire law like regulations. Like, I don't get this. Every single morning I wake up and I smoke a cigarette. I even set an alarm at 2 a.m. in the morning because I want to smoke a cigarette. I need to wake up because I can't go that long without smoking. So kids, always, as soon as you can, smoke your first cigarette. It'll change your life.
So that seems like it's pretty counterintuitive to the most of the things that I learned about smoking, like it's bad for you and that it's probably gonna make you die,
Daniel.
which is bad.
Daniel.
It's pronounced Danielle.
I know your name's Daniel. You can try and hide. Anyway,
Like, seriously, what?
have you ever had a cigarette?
Like, no, of course not, because
Then you
it's not
don't
like completely
know.
organic.
You don't know, because it will just change your life.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
it's like
it's just
bad.
like,
And-
oh my God. Every time it never gets old. Never gets old. Never.
So, like, never?
Never.
So,
Stop talking to me about the cigarettes. Let's talk about your life. Why don't you have a boyfriend yet? Why am I not like a great aunt?
well, I'm just
Trish
like,
has babies.
I just like don't even talk about that.
Your friend Trish.
Don't even talk about Trish. I
It's
swear to
such
God,
a
Aunt Kathy.
sweetheart.
I swear to God, Aunt Kathy, I told you that Trish was like the worst and that she's ruining my life, and you just have to bring her up and you just have to be friends with Trish, don't you? I swear to God, I can't.
You just need to smoke a cigarette, baby. You'll feel so much better.
I swear to God, seriously, I would feel so much better if you would just like go away and like not even come to family like meetings anymore. Cause like I swear to God, we would talk about you all the time. I swear.
What family meetings?
Like the ones where we talk about that, like how awful you are and you smell like cigarettes all the time, and that I hate you.
I smell like cigarettes. I thought my new perfume would work. It's cigarettes light, you know? It's like the Diet Coke version of cigarettes.
Like seriously.
Gets rid of the smell.
Seriously, I can't even. I'll get rid of you. Seriously, I'm in charge now. It's the Danielle show. Oh,
how's it going?
Sweet, it's
What'd I
Zak.
miss- what'd I miss,
Hey,
Dan?
Zak.
Danielle?
Just my stupid aunt. She's stupid.
All right, well, I'm sad I was able to miss that. Anyway, we are thrilled to be ending the show here at MU180. We will be back next year, hopefully. This is not working. Good night, Marquette. This is just wonderful.